Welcome to Gloucester FM. You are locked on to Rico. All right. As I said, we're going to interview ASWAD, yeah? On the line, I should have Tony Gadd. How you doing, Tony?
All right, this is Tony Gadd, ASWAD. Yes, say hello to all the people in Gloucester. Big up.
Yes, sir. How you doing? I said I searched on the phone. How you doing? Everything cool, yeah?
Everything's cool, the sun's shining, so yes, everything's fine.
Enjoying the weather.
Enjoying the weather.
What do you prefer, the sunshine or rain? Because people are different, isn't it? Sunshine or rain?
No, I like sunshine.
I like the sunshine. All right, that's good,
sunshine,
sir. So where are you currently at then? Where are you currently now, as we speak? Are you?
As we speak, I'm outside my house. I'm outside where I live. It's the only place I could get a good reception and be able to talk to you without no interruption.
That's good. That's good. Well, as I say, you are an integral member of the group ASWAD, being a big black British reggae group for years now, so, we're going to take you right back to the beginning now, okay? So tell us, quickly, what was it like growing up around your way? What kind of music you listen to, that kind of thing, family life good.
Well, basically, as a band, we all met in Ladbroke Grove, really. Me and Brizzy originally came from an area called Nees. Then we met drumming in Ladbroke Grove, and at the time, Ladbroke Grove was an area that kind of had. When you went to Ladbroke Grove, there was always a vibe of music there. It wasn't only reggae. There was like other music. There was a lot of musicians that live in Ladbroke Grove, and everything. So I suppose that's the reason why music really flourished from there. So from our point. And it was just a great area to grow up, to play music in.
Yes.
At that time, Bob Marley was around. Dennis Brown was big. All the artists, Burning Spear, and lots of things. So growing up in the early 70s, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a wicked time.
Oh, that's good. Well, talking about the early 70s, obviously the birth of the band. Okay, how hard was it, really and truly, to to start up back in those days?
Well, basically, these days it's a completely different picture to the picture we had in those days. Basically, you were just throwing things at the wall and see what comes back, really. For us, we always knew what we wanted to do. We knew it was reggae music we wanted to play, but there wasn't really any reggae music being played live or, from the English point of view of bands here in England.
Yes.
At the time, you had a band called Simrons. I don't know if many people remember a band called Simrons. But Simrons in the early days, even though they were as people, they were from Jamaica, they lived here in England, and they actually had hits in Jamaica as a band that was playing from England with things. But for us, it was like it was watching bands like Bob Marley, the Wailers, watching Dennis Brown, Wailers, and loads of the other bands that gave us the information to want to do something from here.
Right.
So and at that time, like you said, there wasn't really anything really going on that way.
No.
So when we started that, it was just like, let's start and see what happens.
And the rest is history, so they say, innit?
Yeah, and from there, so basically, you take a long shot. If you're trying something, then you try something, and you take a long shot. And the long shot, we've been around for a couple of years, nothing yet really happened. We're trying to get a deal. We're trying to see if we can find a record label. And basically, the first move we made was to Island Records. And because it was so new and hadn't been heard of before, the brother who took gamble then, if you want to put it that way, was a brother at Island Records in the A&R department. He went on to become the editor of the Times. I think. I can't remember his name at the moment, but he took the gamble, put us in the Island studio to make some demos, and that became the first album. Right.
So how I was going to say, how easy is it, or which is harder, to crack it outside of the UK or just inside of the UK?
We can only talk from our point of view, and for us, we had hits.
Yes.
That was amongst our own community, basically.
Yes.
We didn't really crack the pop charts, or if you call the commercial charts, then until 1988.
Yes.
We had Don't Turn Around.
Don't Turn Around, yeah.
We had tunes before that were bubbling under the top 40 but it wasn't until Don't Turn Around that it kind of bust that top 40. We'd done 14, 15 years before that, playing already, and, a lot of people knew it. We'd done, most of the circuits them already.
Oh, okay.
A few knew us, but we hadn't crossed that top 40 mark.
So when you was younger, were you always a group, or was it like a sound system before or anything like that?
Well, we all of us, I mean, Drummy was in a sound system from Laverick Grove. Brinzy was, in them times, Brinzy was an actor.
Yeah.
Was doing acting as well. And basically, I was from school. I was always playing music. So I suppose we all had. I mean, even Georgie was the bass player at the time. Yeah, we all had things of we all had the inspiration to want to play music.
Right.
Wherever we came from, whatever backgrounds it was. When you check across all of we all had music in our heads anyway.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so which was, I would say, the best era? Which one by you was the best era? From the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, or the noughties, so they say?
That's not
because
easy,
because if
all the eras have got tunes and things that you remember.
Well, this is it, because that was one of my questions, past or present, which one you prefer? Because I can imagine back in the day where there was real audiences and like live, it's different to where now where you just download and online.
I'll cut it short. I'll give you the answer.
Yeah.
The past, but without the past, you're not going to get the present. So
yeah,
the past.
It's a difficult one because
you won't get the present. Because when we started, there was already a past before we, and it's those inspirations that made us wanting to play as well.
Yeah.
So when you reach we now, we start playing, and the next generation around us see what I'm going and say, well, hold on a second, all right, that can happen, all right, then let me see what we can do. So, yeah, if you ask me, the past, but without the past, you can't have the present.
Because nowadays it's different with downloads and...
Yes, it's different. I mean, and that's how music go too.
Yeah.
Because we don't play ska now, even though ska come from way back. We don't play blue beat, but those things were there for us to develop to what we have now.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
You understand me?
But but it's all about getting.
Yeah, as far as we concerned as musicians, without reggae music, you would never have drum and bass.
No, you
wouldn't. Without drum and bass,
you wouldn't have jungle.
You don't have garage. You don't have the rest of it. You don't have house. All of that.
Yeah,
when people mention drum and bass now, you have to remember that come from reggae.
Yes, that's true.
And that's so we see it. So all those other things come out. As far as we can say, that is the spur of all of it.
Yes.
When we talk about drum and bass and drop out and dub and all them things there, and two-step and everything, all them things there, yeah.
Yeah, but
the whole vibe, the attitude.
Yeah, but whenever there's a new genre, whether it's dubstep, jungle, or whatever, you know who they always remix tunes for you, innit? Your tunes. Because it's the standard.
That's inspiration.
Yes.
That's inspiration. And we took our inspiration for what we did here around us too.
Yes.
When we were growing up, we were listening to, Bob Marley, Burning Spear. We're listening to scientists, we're listening to Freddie McGregor, we're listening to everything, you understand me?
Yeah.
Plus, we grew up in England, so we still hear the music from England too. We still hear the music from America. We still listen to Michael Jackson. We still listen to Marvin Gaye. And we hear Beatles, and we hear Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
All the things that we hear here.
Because I can imagine you travel worldwide. I know you traveled worldwide.
Put this way, when you look at the internet now, we almost don't have to travel because we can see what's going on across the world anyway.
Yes, that's true.
It's not like in the early days. We used to say in the early days, the reggae music that come out of Jamaica, that was our newspaper. That's what tells us what's going on in Jamaica.
Yes.
And that's how we did look at what we'd done in England. We as black youths who were growing up in England then, we were telling our story from a black point of view. That doesn't mean the message was just for black. It was for everybody. We just told it from our point of view, living in England as youths who grew up in England from West Indian parentage.
Okay. Well,
you understand me? So that's how our story goes.
Yeah. Well, going back to that previous question, it is a big one. Which era was the best for you personally? I can't say for the band because but for you personally, because obviously you might have thought the 80s was good for you, the 90s is good for you, now is good for you. Or
as a band, if you talk about as a band, then if it's as a band, what era was good for it? Then I suppose late 80s, 90s. That's when it kind of crossed over. The name ASWAD kind of crossed over then.
Yes.
Yeah, because we always struggle with this thing where people say, "Well, boy, you cross over." Well, when you cross over, all it means is that a lot more people get to know you. It doesn't mean that your music has changed or whatever. It just means that a lot more people have got to know you commercially then. Because when people say commercial, or when people say pop music. You know, when Bob Marley enters the charts, or when Dennis Brown enters the charts, or anyone that we enter the charts, it doesn't make the music become pop music. It just means that the reggae music become popular.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
You understand me?
That's
and without
true.
it becoming popular, the music won't flourish, because we need that economics to make the whole thing work. When you go into a studio, you need to spend money, and you need to spend money to make good music, and then it go on the street, and then if it's good, then people buy it, and it make you be able to go back in the studio and make some more. You understand me?
Okay.
So, yeah, for us all, it works.
So, as I say, you know, this interview is part of the One Love Peace Festival concert. You know, we talk a little bit about that. Yeah,
can't forget that.
Sunday the 31st, Wembley Arena in London. Okay, doors open 1 o'clock, showtime at 2. There is some big names on this, you know, on this list.
That's the wicked thing about it. There's some big names on there with amongst all of what's going on, and that's the wicked thing about this One Love Peace Festival.
And the message. The message they're just trying to send out of the...
Well, the message is basically all of us. I mean, Alawi. When I say Alawi, I mean Alawi. I don't mean just one colour. I mean Alawi. It's one world we have, and all we have to find a place within it to all of us be able to live and live good. You know, when we watch the youth, them grow up right now, the youth grow up amongst killing, knife crime, gun crime, and all of it. Yeah. And when we was growing up as youth, we didn't have that amongst us.
No.
That vibe wasn't there.
It's the music. It's the music as well. The music.
Right. So you understand me. So you know, the One Love concert. Basically, that is the word everybody's kind of come to and trying to say, "Come on, let's see if we can't find a better way of dealing with it." Yes. And yes, we as the senior generation, then, or the older generation, we need to set examples so the youth them can see what's going on and see if there's not another way of dealing with it.
Excellent. Well, that is the One Love Peace Festival concert, the 31st. You know, you can get your tickets right here from Gloucester FM.
And that's going to be, there's loads of artists. And the sweet thing about it, too, when you look at the music and how music is right now, when you look at the lineup of the bands that are going to be in there, that's the music of now.
Yes.
You have peace, you have hip-hop, you have R&B, you're going to have reggae, and it's the whole same thing. It's the whole same thing.
There's just legends. There's some legends like for the young and old in there, because some people view these young artists as legends, but we have our own legends ourselves, and you know there are a few legends older than yourself. You know, there's a legend for everybody. And you
Even
can
though
relate
the fact we're not all right?
Yeah.
We're not old.
No. It's still our spring in our step.
We just have the experience. That's all.
Right. So, what advice would you give to the youths today, like, you know, but musically as well, because, you know, some youths want to get on in music as well as life, you know?
Well, put it this way. I mean, when we started out, it was hard.
Yeah.
And if you ask me now, you know, people more accept now. And when you say you want to be a musician now, people will more look at that and say, all right then. Whereas in our day, when we said we wanted to be a musician, people laugh and say, go find a proper job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go find a factory.
They're looking for the fast money though as well.
Right. So now in these days now, people do go out there. And, you know, what we need in this business, amongst I and amongst our community as well, all we need, we just need, all right, there's loads of musicians, there's loads of singers, there's loads of musicians. What we need now is some other people amongst the business that we need some music lawyers, we need some music marketing people, we need some music publishing people. You understand me? Because the business takes up a bigger spectrum than just the music. But without people who are going to go on the street and promote and whatever, we won't have no music, you know. And nothing, you know, any business you have or whatever you're running, if you ain't got no promotion, then nobody ain't going to know about it.
Yes, that's true. So, it's YouTube nowadays, though, isn't it?
Coming to the business, there's a lot of people want to come into the business. Everybody just looks at being the singer or being a musician, but there's loads of spectrums in the business. We need some managers. We need managers and. You understand? People who have ideas who take it to the next level. I mean, right now, when we was growing up, there was no MySpace, there was no Facebook,
YouTube, and them kind of madness.
YouTube and all of them something. When we look at it now, I mean, if I look on YouTube now, I mean, on YouTube, I find some things there and I go, wow.
Different.
You understand? And the wicked thing about it, if it wasn't for YouTube, there's enough things on YouTube that we wouldn't see at all.
True.
Because you ain't going to see it on TV.
No, it's true. You're right.
You understand me?
You're right.
And then you watch how the youth them deal with it. And you go, okay. So really, truly, when we talk about information, I want you to know enough about what's going on. I mean, the tools for all of that is out there now. In our early days, we had to go to the library and go look in a book and look deep, search hard to find them things. Now you just switch on your computer and type it in, and
it's
come
done.
up in front of you.
It's true.
You know what I mean? You release a song and you don't even see the physical copy anymore.
No, it's MP3.
It comes down on a wire somewhere and it ends up on a piece of machine you have in your hand.
Yeah.
And so, all right, then the tune's on, yes or yeah.
So because this time is running up, I could chat to you all day, but I know you have another one lined up. So, but what is happening for ASWAD right now? What's happening for you guys right now?
As a band, we're still working. A lot of people, we haven't been. A lot of people don't see us in England, so they think, are we really around? As a band, ASWAD, we're still working. The world's a big place, so we go out there, we work, we come in, we work on it. I suppose that we're at the point right now we're starting to look at recording and some more music right now.
Yeah.
So, without the music, then you don't get the rest of it. So, we know to reach that point now, we need to put out some new music. So, we're looking at recording some new music. As a band, we're in the year 2011.
Yes.
It's been a long road so far, but we're still enjoying it, and we don't intend to stop yet.
Okay. Well, listen, I've got a couple of minutes left, so I'm going to fire some quick questions at you, okay? Very quick ones.
No problem.
All right. What's the last album, CD you listened to, boss?
Tiny Temper.
Ooh, you like that kind of style there? Different.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, well, that's where the music got to.
Yeah.
You understand? We can't say that's not reggae because that's where the vibe comes from.
Your Warriors tune from back in the day, right, with the Jungle Flex on there. I still run that to this day. In fact, my DJ name was Warrior from back in the day, and I used to run that as my theme tune. So it is. You're right. People will always remix. They always remix your tunes. Anyway, what's the last movie you watched? The last movie I watched was a movie with Janet Jackson. I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's the last film that Janet Jackson was in. Okay. CD or records?
Record, but we have too many of them. I don't have a deck, but it's record. Yeah.
What is the size? What is the size of your record collection? You got a big record collection?
I have a record collection. Well, what's the size of my correct? I mean, I don't look at it too much. They're there. They have my records there. Their plastics are there. I mean, if we go in our lockup cage, we have another stack in our lockup cage. But at the moment, I get caught up with the iPods there and the iPhones and everything. So all the music now, we have a big selection on my iPhone. But yes. But I still have a collection of CDs. The last LP I see was Clock Tower Dub.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, dead or alive, who would you see in concert? Who would you like to see in concert?
Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Oh, of course. There's no question about that, okay? And my last question, okay? My last question is the perfect day, yeah? What would be the perfect day for you if they give you, say it's like tomorrow, take the day off, do nothing. What would be the perfect day for you tomorrow? And what would you eat? What would be your food tomorrow? And what would you do tomorrow?
Well, the perfect day would be I wake up in Kingston, Jamaica, and my breakfast is ackee and saltfish with some festival. And then after that, we go beach a little bit. And then when we reach about 5 o'clock, we go to studio, probably put down a wicked tune or say, all right, then we'll listen while I go in the studio. And then find our show and just relax.
Just relax. Yeah, that's the perfect day for you. Well, listen, Tony Gadd, blessings and thank you, to you as well, down to Drum as well, wherever he's doing. Shout outs going out to him. All the band members, okay, and I hope everything goes to you at the One Love Peace Festival. Thank you.
We'll please see some people from Gloucester there too.
Oh, listen, there's no question about that. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about it, all right? So you've been locked onto Gloucester FM 96.6. Thank you, Tony Gadd, all right?
Please, we hope to come there too.
Sorry?
At some point, we hope to come to Gloucester.
Of course, and anytime you do, please, Gloucester FM, we're here. We accept you anytime. And I'm sure Derek, the chairperson, said that when you was here in 76, they'd admit you and they dealt with, so I'm sure you're welcome anytime. We're here. Serious, all right? So just thank you very much, all right?
Respect, sir.
Yeah, man. Bless you.